Hey guys, it's been a while, but welcome back to part 3 on what if Piccolo kept up with Goku. I hope you guys weren't waiting for this episode for too long, but it's here today. So let's get started, shall we? Once Goku explains everything to Piccolo, and Piccolo realizes Goku is the reason why they're in the situation they're in, and Piccolo seems to yelling at Goku on his stupidity, but regardless, the deed has already done, and Piccolo decides they need to grab the other fighters and prepare for. And Piccolo recommends that Goku needs to tell everything about why they need to enter in the empowerment of tournament here, and so the others can realize the whole universe access and drives them forward to get stronger and want to win this tournament. And Gohan seems to agree with Piccolo, leaving Goku knowing which fighter he should get already in his mind. And Piccolo recommends that Trunks is still training with Beerus and Weebs, which means that Trunks should be strong by the time they enter the sparring match for the meantime. By the time Goku is trying to recruit everyone in the meantime, Gohan and Piccolo won't just wait for his father to gather the fighters. Piccolo suggests that Gohan needs to train, and we are not going to waste any precious time. Every second is another waste of practice opportunity, meaning that we need to use the hyperbolic time trainer to pick up your slacking Gohan. And Gohan is taken aback by this, and especially when Piccolo is aggressively taking him to the hyperbolic time chamber, and the two begins like student and master are beginning on their training. And this play pretty simple, like how Piccolo and Gohan has the sparring match, and this goes pretty the same as Piccolo points out that Gohan has truly become much more weak, and because of this Gohan realizes this and this pretty much plays similar, but the difference is that Piccolo is much more stronger than his student Gohan. Meaning once he transformed to Orange Piccolo Omen and clearly knocked out Gohan, and seeing the different levels between these two, Gohan would perhaps try much more harder, and thankfully since Piccolo is much more stronger than the original, it allows for Piccolo to train Gohan to much more prepare for the practice battle of this for the upcoming tournament of power. Normally we would have gotten a smaller tournament here, but since the second center didn't appear to stop Zamasu, meaning there's only one Zenos, meaning that the fighters don't need to waste their time on entertaining the second Zenos, because the first Zenos already knows how the tournament is feeling, meaning that every fighter in other universe has a better time and preparing. But the fortunate downside is that, well, not for the universe 7 anyways, that the other universe is not sure who doesn't know who got Zeno the idea to start a tournament, and they're going to find out in the tournament eventually. And once our fighters manage to get all the fighters, including everyone, but there's one problem: who has been in his endless sleep, meaning it's completely impossible for Boo to wake up. But luckily they have an extra fighter waiting, Trunks there. Yet remember last time he didn't go to his regular timing. He wanted to stay with Goku and Vegeta to train up B to get a certain level so that he can make sure that his timeline is completely safe. Meaning Trunks has been training with Whis and Whis so that Trunks can develop the new level of transformation. It took convincing from Piccolo mostly, but they managed to do so by making Beerus think that there might be another Samasu one day, and Trunks may not be there to do so. Once we managed to teleport everyone in the tournament, and I won't go to any details because nothing really much changed except for Trunks is taking Frieza's place, meaning Trunks will be the one to eliminate the character that Frieza would have gotten, and it helps that Piccolo in unlike the original, is much more stronger in this one, including Gohan, but not as much because he didn't have to fight the trios of danger, meaning Gohan is slightly weaker, but luckily Piccolo can pick up the slack. Everything goes as usual, except for one key detail where Piccolo has to face another set of Namekians in the Universe 6 here, meaning Piccolo might will fight against upon others Namekian, but looking closer this, he could say there's something more with these two, and it's shown that from sooner these two are the strongest Namekian on their planet, and because of their universe is being threatened against the Zeno, they resolve to fusing everyone on their planet except for these two, meaning they have the strength of the whole species and planet by themselves. Guys, and Piccolo is stunned and amazement because he even knows the feeling and this perspective on 100 of Namekian fused into one, and he only has 2 Namekian fused with him, and he knows what it feels like, meaning these two must be incredibly strong, and Piccolo's fear is quite true because the fight goes as usual. But it's also shown these 2 Namekians are able to go further beyond by using potential unleashed as they transform into orange Namekian sign, meaning Piccolo is obviously quite shocked from this and doesn't know what could get these two to get this much stronger, but luckily Chopper pops in and explains that Chopper had a weird feeling from the Namekian, so he was explained by his angel Yabri, and she explains that Piccolo is using a technique to unleash his full potential, and with that information Chopper simply goes to his universe Namekian and gave them this choice, and they clearly accept this option, and clearly the result has shown because Piccolo is in a very tough battle to the point where he even goes full transformation, and it's clearly struggling between these 2 Namekian, and it took him a lot of years for him to accept this transformation, but clearly it has something to do with the Namekians that he fused over the years, and clearly a million fused Namekian up against just 2 is clearly the difference, and Piccolo begins to be in a situation where he felt doubtful, and this begins like in the original, but luckily Gohan managed to snap out of it, and for one Gohan is actually helping Piccolo here. Seeing Gohan's resolve to help his master overcome the Namekian, this allows Piccolo realizing he's not fighting alone. He has friends and family by himself and now fighting for the same cause, saving the universe, and after realizing this, Piccolo transforms once again and tap into the unknown energy that's inside him. He finally realized how to tap out all along, he just needs to figure out how, and because of this Piccolo has finally transformed to his final form, the full evolution of Orange Piccolo. And the 2 Namekian are quite surprised by this because Piccolo is much more bigger than both of them, and clearly Piana is the bigger Namekian of the 2, and even comments that this guy is big and quite tough, and because Piccolo and Gohan managed to defeat these 2, even though these 2 have perhaps a stronger power level, but there was one key difference. Gohan and Piccolo have a much more bigger experience of their potential unlock, and because of that gives them a huge advantage between the 2 Namekian, because literally they only unlocked this transformation a few days ago compared to the 2, leading for Gohan and Piccolo to easily defeat these 2, and everything at that point goes the same way. we go to a different perspective as Trunks has managed to eliminate few competitors that could not handle a Super Saiyan to his level. But once he managed to push off a Pride Trooper, Pride Trooper quickly got angry by this, using his advantage with speed here, and this actually is proving much more difficult for Trunks because he knows speed could be a very problem, especially he had experience trying to work out with his bulk form in Super Saiyan, and because of that, Trunks will use his own speed against him, and thanks to that, Trunks is able to put some damage on this speedy opponent. But unfortunately, once Toppo arrives to back up his friend here, this time it's a much more different experience for Trunks because that he's fighting two opponents. This allows for the two Pride Troopers to eliminate Trunks, and this leads very anger for Piccolo and Gohan as they attempted to avenge their friend by trying to tackle them and knock them out in the arena. And we plan out a different perspective as Goku and Vegeta are going full up against Jiren. Just like in the original, even though Goku and Vegeta are slightly more powerful, but unfortunately it's not big enough a difference to overcome Jiren because he's barely even putting effort in defeating the two Saiyans. But unfortunately, Goku has been fighting a lot of opponents, meaning that he has more energy, meaning that Goku is the weaker opponent, leading no other choice but to let Vegeta to handle Jiren. But luckily, just like in the original, Vegeta goes to his mastered blue form, but this time, even though it's not Toppo, but it's against Jiren. But this does get the power level slightly closer. But unfortunately, when Jiren is taking Vegeta more seriously, leaving Vegeta to be much more beaten up like in the original, leading to Piccolo to ask Vegeta to change places as the Saiyan isn't arguing because he could not handle Jiren, as the Mechian and bald alien scan each other to see which one is more strong. But unfortunately, Piccolo finds out this guy is way more stronger than him, and because of this is going to be a harder battle. But luckily, Piccolo has the one advantage: his regeneration, allowing him to have a slight advantage in the battle, as we plan out as Gohan is managing to defend off the two Tribe Trooper, but this time Gohan isn't alone, as Vegeta is to land ahead, and this time it goes exactly in the original where Gohan managed to knock out the speedy Pride Trooper off the battlefield, and Vegeta managed to do his ultimate move without doing any damage to him. But unfortunately, the two Saiyans finds out they still need to deal with Jiren, and they find out Piccolo is eliminated by him, leaving the only two remaining fighters left standing. But unfortunately, one by one, Jiren slowly picks them one after the other, allowing Jiren to eliminate Vegeta, leaving Gohan the only left in his team. And once Jiren just slowly picks off on Gohan and simply eliminates him. But however, Jiren noticed he could send us two more opponents, but one is more powerful than the other, as Jiren turns to Goku, but this time his Ultra Instinct form. This is played out pretty differently. It goes pretty similar, but the key difference is Goku has much more time to recover, meaning Goku won't be attacked by using Ultra Instinct, meaning Goku is still in the battle, but unfortunately the stamina can get him so far to the point where Goku has no other choice but to sacrifice himself by simply tackling Jiren and making both of them eliminated. And every one of
everyone is shocked by this because they don't know which one is the true winner, except for one, as Android 17, just like the original, is the last one standing. As we plan out to a different, as some sort of laboratory where all different functioning and the complicated robotic parts, as the two red ribbon are questioning the scientists, is the project Maxell in full effect, and it turns to a looking beautiful for brown-headed woman, and she simply said yes, it should be ready. And that's where we're going to end the episode here.